When you picture old school industries like oil and gas, you probably think of heavy machinery, maybe some hard hats, right? Brute force. But that picture is getting a massive tech upgrade. We're in the middle of a revolution where dumb iron is becoming incredibly smart.
And this image, well, it says it all. On the left, that's the old world of dumb iron. It's all manual, all reactive. You wait for something to break. But on the right, that's smart iron. It's automated, it's driven by data, and it's proactive. It's a fundamental shift in thinking.
So it all really boils down to this one huge question. What happens when the machinery that literally powers our world starts to think for itself?
To really appreciate just how big this change is, we've got to start with the before picture. So let's step into the world of dumb iron.
Think of dumb iron as, just passive metal. It needs people right there on site to make it work, and you only fix it when it breaks. Smart iron is the complete opposite. It's proactive, it's connected, it's constantly reporting on its own health. It's managed by data and analytics, not just muscle and wrenches.
So what's the magic ingredient here? What's making this huge leap possible? Well, it's a technology you've probably heard of, but maybe in a different context. It's the Industrial Internet of Things, or IIoT for short. At its core, the IIoT is all about connecting the unconnected. We're talking about embedding tiny sensors and software into literally everything, from a simple valve to a massive pump, and letting them talk to each other and to us over the internet.
And this is the end goal, really. You get machines that act more like robots. They can diagnose their own issues, they can schedule their own maintenance, they can pretty much take care of themselves. They're gaining this whole new level of autonomy.
But why now? What makes all this possible today? The answer is something the industry likes to call cheap math. It's this powerful combination of incredibly inexpensive sensors and something called edge computing. You see, computer chips have gotten so cheap and so efficient that you can stick them just about anywhere. These little sensors basically act like a nervous system for all this equipment. They're constantly tracking vital signs, pressure, temperature, vibrations, flow rates, all these things that are key indicators of the machine's health and performance.
Now, sending all of that raw data up to the cloud would just be a mess, a total nightmare. And that's where edge computing comes in. The device itself does the initial thinking. It analyzes the data right there on the spot and only sends back the important stuff. It's almost like having a tiny data scientist living inside every single machine.
And the results? They're just staggering. By predicting failures before they happen, companies are seeing a 90% drop in unplanned downtime. That's not just a little improvement. That is a total game changer.
And it doesn't stop there. When your equipment isn't breaking down out of the blue, it's available to do its job more often. That translates to a 30% improvement in asset availability. These aren't small gains we're talking about. These are transformative. Okay, so this whole thing isn't just about making one pump or one valve smart. It's about building an entire intelligent ecosystem. Let's look at how this scales up from a single piece of equipment to what's called a smart field.
It all starts with one smart well, which has its own suite of sensors and analytics. But when you connect hundreds of them together, they create a smart field, with all that data flowing into a central hub. Suddenly, you're not just managing a single well anymore, you're optimizing an entire living, breathing ecosystem.
And think about the human side of this. In the old days, engineers would spend up to 40% of their time, almost half their week, just hunting for data and trying to piece it all together. With the smart field, that data is just there, instantly. And that frees them up to actually make smart decisions instead of chasing down spreadsheets.
All right, now let's get to some of the really cool stuff. We're going to look at some of the most exciting real-world applications of this tech, including drones and this kind of mind-bending concept called a digital twin.
So take this idea of the gas factory model. It basically treats the super complex process of well delivery like a factory assembly line. Everybody involved, even people from dozens of different companies, gets the exact same instructions and data on their mobile devices, all perfectly synced through the cloud.
And it gets even more futuristic. Instead of sending people out to remote, sometimes dangerous locations for inspections, companies are now sending out autonomous drones. They fly these pre-programmed routes using super high-res cameras and sensors to spot any little problem from the air.
And the difference in efficiency is just wow. A human inspector might be able to check, 10 wells in a day? A drone can do over 150 in a single flight.
It's not just more efficient, it's safer, it's faster, and honestly, it gives you better data. And now for what might be the ultimate expression of this whole revolution, the digital twin. Imagine making a perfect, virtual copy of a real-world physical asset, like an entire refinery. It's not just a 3D model. It's a living, breathing simulation that behaves exactly like the real thing in real time. What makes it so incredibly powerful is that it pulls in everything. We're talking the original engineering specs, all the maintenance history, the physical limitations of the equipment, live operating data, even the financials. It can even run what-if scenarios to predict how the plant will handle future problems. Here is a perfect example of its value. A tank farm operator used a digital twin to simulate their operations and discovered something crazy. Their standard blending process was actually losing them money during certain months. This was a problem that was completely invisible in their normal financial reports, but the twin made it obvious. They were able to fix it and turn a hidden loss into a real profit. So we've gone from dumb iron to smart fields, from manual labor to autonomous drones and virtual copies of entire factories. And the amazing part is, this isn't science fiction. It's happening right now in some of our oldest industries. And that just leaves us with one final, very exciting question. If this is the factory of today, what on earth will tomorrow look like?